He's had enough. I'd like to call this meeting of the Marlborough Council to order. Everyone please rise and remain standing for Pledge of Allegiance, a moment of silence for the armed services. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Brenda, may we please have roll call?
Counselor Andrews,
Present.
Counselor Catalani,
Here.
Counselor Flegel,
Here.
Counselor Caroli,
Here.
Counselor Rydell,
Here.
Counselor Shea,
Here.
Counselor Shear,
Here.
Mayor Miller.
Here.
We have a full house.
Okay. Just a reminder for everyone to please silence all cellular devices during the meeting. Thank you. And also, council members, if you haven't already, please turn on your microphones. We have no special visitors, which takes us to public comment period number 1. Please step to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and try to limit your comments to 5 minutes. Nobody? Okay. All right, closing public comment period number 1. Moving on to the consent calendar. Approve the minutes of the September 23rd, 2025 Borough Council meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, takes us to action and discussion items. Personnel, Public Works Department, retain full-time employee. Discussion on and if appropriate. Suggested motion is to officially remove Logan J. Lentz from probationary status effective September 17th, 2025, and retain him as a permanent full-time employee for the Public Works Department at a salary rate of $28 per hour.
Motion.
I'll second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. President's report. Thank you for covering for me last meeting. Appreciate it. Other than that, I do not have anything. Mayor?
Yes, hey, good evening. So, folks, I have spent a fair amount of time with the employees of the borough. I've been with the maintenance folks, I've been with the office folks, been with the code enforcement and zoning officer that was here. And I want to give them credit for all of the hard work that they do that the town may not be aware of. Very difficult. So they do a lot of work, and I've been witnessing it and watching it, so I want to give a lot of compliments to the employees of the borough. Now, I also know that the reason they have done some really good, incredible work is the Borough Council, you folks, have really worked very hard last year to budget elements within the items to think about how can we keep our costs down. And so you did good work on that, but at one time we had voted one less maintenance person at the time. So the work, and we all got to witness it in the town, so what was really a thoughtful idea to maybe get through the year, we got to notice the work has been very kind of difficult to get accomplished. So hopefully, I give you just credit, but when it comes time for next year, hopefully we can take a look at getting the right kind of employees so that we're not falling down behind that. And also, it seems like because of the spending time with the code enforcement officer and the zoning officer, so what kind of occurs there is you got a person that's doing 2 jobs, but in reality, you're not doing either one of them perfectly because you're, assigned to do elsewhere differently. So people in the town, I have spoke with a lot of folks that have come to my house and have been discussing with me as the mayor that they have noticed all these things not getting done. That's why I'm just bringing it up this time around. So please think about getting the right kind of personnel because they've noticed that they haven't been able to go out and enforce the codes. And we, because of maintenance, we have been a little bad on some of our own efforts that we should be doing. So I want to thank the Borough Council for the work that they have done, because they really do think about you, and maybe a little bit of a lesson was learned there, because they tried it, sometimes it doesn't work, but it's easy to say, hey, about this kind of stuff where the intent was, they knew it, they were trying to keep their costs down, so congratulations to them, and I think there's lessons learned as time goes on. So I want to give you credit, I definitely want to give the office credit, and the maintenance folks, and we get to work with those two, the assistant manager and the manager, and so we are very, very fortunate. If you have to complain, folks out there, do not come in and yell at the folks that are behind the counter that work for us, because they're following the orders and the rules that are developed by the council. It would be very beneficial if you could come in and explain to the council, come to a meeting here if you have some issues, so they can hear it and understand. Thank you.
Speaking of, thank you, Mayor, have we been using Light Heigel to back Bill up?
No.
Because that was part of the,
They do, they are our building code officials, so all the state inspections that are required, they handle that for us.
okay, but we did, there was some because of, vacancy. We had Oak approved.
Something, yeah.
Is that for like a project?
Yeah, no,
Like just a certain
but-
project or?
because of the code enforcement. So we had, remember we discussed we had money not money put aside, but because of the salary wasn't in this year, we had, so. Okay,
Yeah, there was enough extra money in the budget this year if we needed that,
okay,
but so far, Bill hasn't needed that, so we're good.
great job.
Okay, great. Financial report, everyone has a financial statement in front of them as of September 30th. Any questions or comments on that?
I'm just gonna comment that, I mean, we're 3/4 of the way through and expenses to income look very good.
Yeah,
Income's
It's not-
good
it's
and
not
expenses
disappointing.
are, no.
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 So, the group of people that you
Oh,
approved
I'm sorry, I
last.
was talking about the financial statements.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay,
Yeah.
because that doesn't look bad either, but.
Now here I am butting in on the delinquencies.
No.
There's
But, you
really
know,
nothing on the financial.
Income is above what
Yeah.
we expected for the first 3/4, and expenses are down, so, thank you.
Thank you.
Or expenses are not where we thought they would be, so,
My turn now.
yes.
Now we'll
Okay.
go on to the delinquent
My
sewer and refuse
Yeah.
account report.
It's like, okay, you actually have the financial report early. Normally, we don't give it to you till the second meeting, so I just moved right in there.
That's
You
quite
were
all right.
anxious, to talk.
We're
That's
not
okay.
disappointed with this. It's not as low as it was last year at this time, but we're still not disappointed in it. We have the list of individuals that you approved for writ of certificatia have been contacting us. So apparently they've either paid attention to the meeting or somebody told them, but, or they saw their name in lights on our website. And we're gonna be working on those. We have our first writ of certificatia foreclosure scheduled for February 10th of 2026 for somebody that was in a previous list. So it takes a long time for this process to work. So
And we all prefer that it doesn't get to that point.
we don't want to do it. But if we get to this point, it's very unlikely we're going to make a payment arrangement.
Okay. Well, thank the girls for comments. All right, that takes us to Fire Department and EMS report. The September Citizens Fire Company number 1 monthly report was emailed October 6th. Any questions about that? Any extra comments, Chief? Okay. August Lifeline monthly report. Ambulance 48 was staffed at 100%, 744 of 744 hours. And ambulance 49 was staffed an additional 252 hours. Any questions on the report? Council? Anything else for fire department, Roger?
No, I don't believe so.
That takes us to Western Lebanon County Regional Police Department.
I have nothing, unless you folks have something for me.
Anything, anybody? No? Okay. Great, then Planning Commission did not meet in September, which takes us to Public Works Department. Superintendent's monthly report is in front of you for September. I just have a question. Did we always street sweep the North Londonderry Township streets? Okay, okay.
They pass.
Yeah.
They pass.
They passed to do it.
I forgot that, okay.
Three-year agreement, or is it year by year?
It's kind of year by year.
I think I forgot that. Now that you say that, I think I forgot that. Okay. Okay. Any other questions on the report?
Which report are you talking?
The superintendent's report?
Yes, the reason that I spoke about the maintenance workers and stuff was because the folks that have been speaking with me about it is that the alleys obviously have been a real problem, which we know. And then when you're talking about street sweeping occurring and stuff like that, where it used to be kind of, the beginning of the month, it was, we do this section of the first 1, 2, 3, or 4. So now it doesn't occur that way. And a lot of folks used to try to move their vehicles because they knew they were going to come down their road, and it doesn't happen that way. So it is, because they're so short and trying to fit it all in, everything has fallen out of kind of a way of accomplishing things to the best degree. So I just want to let you know about that as well.
And didn't Elijah make some adjustments as far as the route they were taking, or what was that?
For
Was that-
chipping
okay,
collection,
okay,
we did.
thank you.
And we've been trying to come up with something with street sweeping. Like, I would love to be able to have a schedule where we do the north-south streets, one side of the street one day, the other side of the street the next day, so people can move their vehicles around. But we just haven't been able to figure it out yet. And I want the guys just to try it, and they've been kind of reluctant to try it too. So, because I think they're afraid to miss some streets if they start doing things differently, so. But we'll figure it out. There's got to be a way that we can do it. Most boroughs, they don't have their own street sweepers, so they have a company come in and do it, and they'll post a schedule, because it's usually one day. And they'll come in with however many sweepers they need to do one side of the street one day and the other side of the street the next day. So I think there's a way we can.
And this
we
time
can
of
do
year,
it.
it's about leaves, so it's totally
Yeah,
different.
and that's
than,
leaf time now, so street sweeping's over for the
Yeah,
year.
street sweeping is over, but, and leaves, woo-wee.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that takes us to Borough Properties.
I don't have anything for our own properties. We did not talk about the lot on Front Street at the last meeting. You had asked about, how much tax we have lost over the years, and Brenda did an analysis. It's just shy of $2,700 of tax revenue that we've lost since 2013. So it's not a terrible amount. And it's currently assessed at $55,900. It's a .51 acre lot in a light industrial zone. So we had talked about, when we advertise this for sale, do you want to put a minimum bid on it? So, and I haven't gotten any information as far as like from a real estate agent or anybody like that, like what they think it's worth privately. Given the environmental problems on the lot, that's obviously going to put a big dent in that, so.
Your lost tax revenue is 2,677, and you spent 4,700 for the property. I mean,
Plus the 75,000 to tear the building down, so. We have two parties that are interested because they continue to call me and ask what the status is for the sale. So I know we have two parties interested. And they're aware that we may be putting a minimum bid on it, but I have not said how much or how little or.
So we will never recoup. We could obviously recoup the money we spent on it and the lost taxes. We will never recoup the money for the tear down. And to be honest with you, I am more anxious to get it back on the tax rolls. So, because that's not a lot of taxes, but it's still money coming in. And
It is,
what do we need the property for?
right, and we don't need the environmental issue either.
Right.
So if we can pass that off on another willing party, that's fantastic.
So I don't know how everybody else feels, but I'm thinking lowball a minimum. We'll never get the money back that we spent
No,
to tear
we
down the
just-
building.
We won't.
Just get rid of it and move on.
Yeah.
And you said it was what, 5,000?
$5,000 for the sale
For the sale.
and, you know, 2,700 for the tax revenue, 2,677 and 23 cents.
Just under 8,000, oh, just under 8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you make it 10, you make it 15? I don't know that I'd want to go.
I'd say 10,
10?
because
Yeah, I
that's
think
what it's,
That's the first thought that I thought.
Yeah, I'd do 10.
10 as a minimum.
Yeah.
Did you pass a motion last time?
No, well, we'd actually have to do a resolution when the sale actually occurs.
But it can go out to bid and then
Yeah, we
we
can
do a
advertise it,
resolution to
yeah.
accept.
Yeah.
get out of our headache. Hey, Roger, that's a commercial zoning, right?
Light industrial,
Light industrial.
yeah. And both parties that expressed interest have light industrial uses so far, so. Other than that, as far as borough properties, that's it. Cemetery, Kiefer actually was working on the property and got all the soffit and everything finished that was supposed to be done. And the guys, there was a bunch of old junk and stuff in that garage. The guys cleaned that out, so it's looking pretty good.
Good.
So we got the new windows and everything. There was some rotten wood around the garage door that was replaced and wrapped and repaired, so it's probably in better shape than it's been in a long,
Well,
long
that's good.
time.
I mean, it should look nice.
So that's finished. Parks, I don't think I have anything. You have anything for parks? Nothing for refuse and recycling. Sewer, Pump Station 3, Ritu has finalized their design, and they're putting the bid package together to actually advertise this thing for December with the bid opening of January 5th of next year. And we actually received the water quality management permit today from DEP, so that's one more thing off the list. Solicitor gave us a letter today. There's a bunch of things we have to do with the property owner to do the land swap and all that stuff, so we'll be working on that too in the meantime. But, so we're getting pretty close to knowing what this thing's gonna actually cost, so. Mike said that it would probably take the balance of the winter for them to order everything. You know, once the bids are open, they're gonna start ordering stuff, so hopefully mid-spring it would be possible to start it, so. And I'm not quite sure if they have an idea how long it'll take to build the thing or not. I would think at least probably 6 months, but that's just a guess. 3 to 6 months at least, so. That's where
So
we're
it
at
might
with
be in
that.
operation this time next year.
Yeah, should be. Let's hope so. Sinkholes, 900 East Cherry is finished, the road's open again. That's just gonna kind of sit there until the spring, through the spring, fall, see if things stay stable or if things start moving again. There is still a couple sinkholes in the detention basin further to the east that Custer hasn't come back to finish fixing yet, so they're still there. But they've been there for quite a while and haven't changed, so not too concerning. And we've had nothing new, even with the little bit of rain that we have had. We haven't had anything new, so that's a good thing. Stormwater management, the East Ridge Road, Melrose, Route 2 came up with a new route to basically eliminate the existing current crossing, would pull all the water back towards the north and then into a new inlet, and then it would go west, and then it would come south down Kramer Way, and they're actually taking it over to North Lincoln Street. So that's our latest and greatest. It seems feasible. Bob Riahi has the design. He's getting his team to price it, so we haven't heard that yet, but he thinks he's going to be able to do it within the money that he owes us, if that, everything pans out, so. What else we got here? West Main and Mark Street culvert. Hopefully some good news to report here. I reached out to John Fitzke at the Lebanon County MPO because they work with PennDOT every year on the PennDOT's projects that happen within the county. And I just asked him if there was anything that he could do to maybe consider this job as one of the tip projects to put on the list. And he made some calls, talked to a bunch of people, and it turns out that West Main Street's supposed to be repaved again in 2027. And they're going to try to get the culvert project as part of that project. That it would, we wouldn't be paying for it or anything. It would be the tip money that we have available for us. Because we haven't had anything done for years and years, so. It's not a definite, but it looks very possible, so fingers crossed.
So here's a question. If that's a possibility, is that road going to stay closed for the next year and a half?
No, we're temporarily wise, we're going to try to, Custer Excavating is going to try to put a couple of pipes under that thing and then pressure grout the pipes in place so that we can take the steel plates off, open everything up, and everything will be good. I've been fielding calls from the residents that are sick of the trailers bouncing off the plates, and a couple of the business owners I went and visited on Friday because they were reaching out to,
I'm sure the
like
filling
Russ
station's
Diamond's
getting
office
tired
and
of
places
cars
like
going
that.
through their parking lot
Yeah.
to get around it.
I mean,
Is
that's
that one of them?
understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just not quite sure how they're gonna do it yet, but I told them, I've been trying to get them like, hey, we're running out of time here, snow's gonna be flying soon, we wanna get those plates off the road before there's any plows on the road, so. And they know that, but I don't think they're looking forward to.
Plows will get the plates off the road.
Yeah, hitting the
Yeah,
somebody's
it's gonna
house.
shoot that thing right off, so.
Big problem.
So hopefully we can get that done here shortly. Street and alley maintenance, we've gotten a lot of good feedback on the Arch Street and Division Street paving. That worked out really well. Our guys prepared it. The paving guys were really happy with what they did to prepare it. And the paving went really smooth too, so it worked out really well.
I was at a place and they spoke to me just this last weekend that, I don't know how to say it, but a corporation over there said, thank you very much because they, has helped their people be happy with their business. I don't know if I can say the company names, I don't think I can, so I'm just saying. Some people are very happy about what occurred.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And that was nice that they.
Oh, she called specifically to let us know.
That was very nice.
You know, and we had a couple cars in the way, so we called the individuals at those particular, properties, and those cars were moved. They were like, absolutely.
The street paving for next year that we excuse me, that we have proposed. I have the streets listed here, and I also highlighted those streets on the map so that you have an idea of how much paving you're looking at. And also as part of that, since we're going right by Southeast Park, I asked them to have a bid alternate in there to pave the parking lot at Southeast Park. Because there's never gonna be a cheaper time to do it when they're right there. There's, they can just do it as they pass through. But I don't know, Ritu's estimate is 75,000 just for the parking lot, so that seemed, but his estimates are usually pretty high, so, so we'll see what that turns out to be, but. And the reason I did that is I've had several complaints over the last few years about people wanting that parking lot paved because their kids drive bikes and four-wheelers or little pedal bikes and things over there, and it would make it nicer for that to happen, so. We haven't had any issues with traffic signals, so that's pretty much a wrap for Public Works.
Anybody have any questions for Public Works? I just have one quick question, in regards to the parks and the cameras. How long of a, memory do those cameras have?
Looks like about a month,
About a month.
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Because when you pull the cameras open, and you go back, you can see the dates that are highlighted that still has information recorded from those dates, and it's about a month.
Okay, I was just curious. 'cause
And I think
didn't
some
remember if we ever
cameras have more than
discussed
others,
that.
it just depends on how much motion is going on,
Okay,
so.
okay. All right, that takes us to Solicitor's Report. We didn't have anything.
No, I don't have anything for her. And she's gonna be on vacation from the 16th to the 27th, so. That's usually her big annual, it's usually London trip, yeah.
Okay, that takes us to Zoning and Codes Enforcement. We all have the report in front of us. Any questions on that?
While Bill is in the audience, I actually like this report a lot. I think it makes our job a lot easier to understand what's going on, so thank you. I really appreciate it.
Okay, and Zoning Hearing Board, no hearings scheduled for Monday, October 13th, which takes us to the Borough Manager's Report. Our favorite topic is on there, number one.
I will be able to present the draft budget at the next meeting, so, I can give you a quick preview. Obviously, we know we're gonna have to raise the fire tax millage because of the firehouse loan situation, and depending on whether the decision is made to increase the incentive program or not. So that'll just depend on how much, but if you did both, it's looking right now at like 0.18 mils, which is, I don't know, $26, $27 a year per taxpayer, basically, per property. Sewer budget looks really good. I don't have any issues, I don't have any concerns there. Refuse fund, we're gonna definitely have to raise the refuse rates, for two reasons. It's, our annual contract gets increased by the CPI every day and every year. And, the landfill apparently is considering raising tipping fees by $10 a ton, which is a whopper. So with those two things combined, so until they make that decision, I don't really know, but you're probably looking at about $8, $9 a quarter, I think, for the trash. And general fund, like we always are this time of year, we're a little bit short, but depending on how the paving bids come in and decisions you make on, personnel staffing and things like that, I don't think we're in a dire situation where there's gonna be a tax increase, but there's gonna have to be some things that were, decisions made to get there, but I think we'll be okay.
Certainly not like last year.
Oh, it's, yeah.
Or
if
this
any-
year's budget, last
Yeah.
year's
Yeah.
work.
just something I just thought of, just to put it back on the radar since we're getting to that time of year. Was it this coming year to bid on something? We were talking about bidding on something. Was it auditor or trash
Audit,
company
that was
or
the
something?
Audit. I mentioned the audit the last time when Brown Plus was here. But that would have to be done,
For 2026.
yeah, that would have to.
So would we do that the beginning of next year?
Probably sometime in the winter.
Okay, as I said, I'm just bringing it up because I thought of it,
Yep.
and we don't want to forget it. So that doesn't need to be put in the budget though, right? Okay, just something to everybody keep in mind, so it doesn't get missed.
So I don't know if I'll have the draft budget in your packets before the meeting, but you'll have it that night at the worst, so.
Okay.
And then I'll do my PowerPoint, we'll just walk through it.
Okay.
One other thing, Cadillac Motel, obviously, you know, it's in disrepair. We talked to the solicitor's office today. We just want to inform you that we're probably going to be looking for pursuing court action to seek something being done there, whether it's either permission for us to demolish it, force them to demolish it, force them to come up with a repair plan. Something from the court that has teeth that will force them into action, because nothing's happening right now, so. The police have been there a couple times, there's things going on there, so it's a barnacle we need to get rid of, so, one way or another, so. So that'll be on the agenda next time as well. Other than that, I think that's all I have.
Does anybody have anything for? No? Okay. All right, no communications, any other business? Chief, Mayor,
No, just great work from everybody that's been doing the work here. I appreciate everything. Keep up the good work.
I got two things.
okay?
First, as a Navy veteran, happy 250th birthday, United States Navy was yesterday. We had the big celebration over the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, Friday, I got a chance to ride along with Officer Kennelly and Officer Shoemaker from 5 at night to 3 in the morning, and I know we've had residents complain that they're not out. Trust me, they're out. I got to see what they do. You might not see them, but they are out in the public.
Thank you.
I will not be at the October 28th meeting.
Okay, I'll make sure I'm here. Anybody else?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Kathy? Roger, Brenda? Okay. All right, that takes us to public comment period number 2. Please step to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and try to limit your comments to 3 minutes, please. You guys are quiet tonight. All right. Okay, all right. Closing public comment period number 2. Borough Council will conduct its next public meetings on Tuesday, October 28th, 2025, and Thursday, November 13th, 2025, due to Veterans Day, beginning at 7 p.m. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
I had to.
I like that.
Yeah, I just had to look.